All right, we back. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Today is going to be a little special for me, okay? You saw the thumbnail. This is gone but not forgotten, right? 7 of my most complimented discontinued fragrances. Okay, so this list is going to include some of my holy grails, not all of them, before I even knew that they would be holy grails as far as the future is concerned, and also the reason I actually buy backup bottles. So with this list, just off top, I'm not even going to include where you can actually find these online. If you want to research them, you can. But the prices for these are so exorbitant, I'm not even going to pay them. So I just wouldn't even want to promote that. But these are still very slick fragrances. If you can find them just, I don't know, somewhere maybe at a discount store or, you know, a bargain store if you ever run across them. But for what they're charging on like eBay and stuff like that, it's not even worth me putting into the actual the description. I wouldn't even want to do that to y'all. Why do I still have this bottle? There's nothing in this bottle. There hasn't been anything in this bottle in 2 years. Gucci Pour Homme 2, okay? Violet leaf bergamot. Okay, black tea, cinnamon, pimento, tobacco leaf, myrrh, musk, and olive tree. Let me tell you, this fragrance is definitely one of my holy grails. Before I even got into this whole fragrance community thing, I was always just buying fragrances just because I like the way that they smell. I didn't know before or within, up until the last 2 years, that people really enjoyed this fragrance, like online and across the world. You can still find this right now on eBay, but I've seen numbers between like $245 to $500. This is clean, light, fresh, sweet. There is nothing that I've encountered besides Hannah Murray, Him, which just still isn't the same, and that's not a bad fragrance, that can compare to this fragrance, okay? I think based on the notes that this is my introduction into tea fragrances before I knew what tea fragrances actually were, okay? Using the note of tea. Okay, this fragrance right here, I mean, if you just do any research on it, you can see that it's got a lot of hype behind it. I really don't know what to say, but I can tell you that this was the first fragrance that discontinued before I even knew what discontinuation of fragrances was. And it was this specific fragrance that sparked me anytime I felt that strongly about a fragrance to buy a backup bottle almost immediately, okay? Gucci Pour Homme 2, oh man, gone but not forgotten. And shout out to my boy Hot Rod for this one though. That had to be 2009, 2010. He was the one that put me onto this one. Shout out to you, sir. I absolutely love this stuff. And this was my first ever, what I would call a holy grail here, okay? Angel for Men Pure Malt. Fruity notes, orange, bergamot, malt, whiskey, patchouli, coffee, cedar, peat, vanilla, amber, and musk. This is a dark, fruity, a whiskey patchouli smell that is good for, I guess you could say it's all year. I prefer this in cool weather, so like autumn, winter, maybe like a cool spring night. Nothing in my collection smells like this. I heard that there is a clone out there that smells similar to this, but I'm going to be honest, and if I haven't said this on the collection, on this channel yet, if there's something that's a holy grail and I really, really love it and it messes around and gets discontinued, my spirit won't even let me buy the clone. So I don't know what the clone is. I'm not going to tell you what the clone is because, like I said, I don't know it. But this is something that I definitely have. This is the backup bottle. To be 100% honest, this is the backup bottle. You can still buy this now. It's still at exorbitant prices, but if you can catch this for whatever might be cheap, maybe under $100, this is something that will make a great addition to your collection, okay? Pure Malt by Angel, man, for men. Wow. Ooh, I remember when I got this one too. Avantgarde by Lanvin. Let me get that right there, okay? Hopefully you can see that. Pink pepper, juniper, bergamot, beeswax, lavender, cardamom, nutmeg, tobacco, benzoin, amber, vetiver. Okay, this is a dark, sweet, smooth, tobacco, seductive, sexy fragrance. I almost shed a tear when this was discontinued, and this used to go for the cheap. I'm talking about when this came out and I bought, and I think it was a 100 ml bottle, it was around $30. It really went for the cheap. Now the prices are crazy online as far as eBay and all of that. Jesus, this was one that the compliments that I would get on this fragrance. Let me tell you, when I got this bottle, I ordered it to a job that I was working at the time, and I wasn't there, but my coworker received it, a female, for me, and I asked her. I was so hyped to get it. I asked her because I got the message saying that it was delivered. I asked her to open it up and just smell it, and so she she opened it up. She's like, "Oh yeah, this will be good for my husband." No, it won't. Put my bottle back in the box, okay? This fragrance right here, I was trying to protect it, okay? I didn't want anybody to smell like me with this one. Listen, I found this recently, though. Last summer, I think, on fragrancebuy.ca, but there's an issue with the cap or something like that. When you spray, it leaks a little bit. I think I got it for around 60 to 80 bucks. Okay, give me a few dollars. Grace right there, but I was able to recapture this because this has actually been going from my collection since 2014, 2015. So I feel like this one does kind of pop up every now and again. But if you want something that is smooth, sexy, mysterious, and seductive, if you can find it, Lanvin Avantgarde. I promise you. And let me just add on about this fragrance. The comparisons people say is that it is similar to La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL, okay? Do I see a similarity? Yes, it's 100% not a clone. La Nuit de l'Homme is not a clone of this, but if you do like La Nuit de l'Homme, you should absolutely like this. This is another 10 out of 10 for me right here. I love this fragrance, extremely unique, definitely one of my holy grails. I know others can feel the same way. Let me see if I can get this exactly for you guys to focus in on here. We're talking about Vulgari Black, the hockey puck, right? Green tea, bergamot, rose, sandalwood, cedar, jasmine, leather, vanilla, amber, musk, and oak moss. Listen, this fragrance was unlike anything that I had ever smelled when I bought this fragrance, okay? And I got this probably around 2010, 2009. This is the backup bottle. This is not going to be the most accurate description because I feel like a lot of people have just tried so many different fragrances that they just are able to, compare this fragrance to another one. But this is what I'll tell you about this fragrance, just to kind of get you in the realm of where this is at. If you like Spice Bomb Extreme, this is a fragrance that I think that you'll like, okay? It is not the same by any means, okay? There's a spice there that's in both of them that I really like, but this has this weird powdery rubber smell that is just, I guess, the main attraction to this fragrance, to be honest with you. When I look at people's review of it, in my mind, I never even knew exactly what it was that was attracting me to it. I knew it was something spicy. I knew it was something dark. It was something leathery. But once I started reading more into it, it is something like a rubbery smell here that it has that is just intoxicating, okay? And in comparison to the Spice Bomb Extreme, it's really that spice. And Spice Bomb has something that's fresher about it. I don't know what exactly that scent note is that makes it a little bit lighter. But if you like Spice Bomb Extreme, you'll actually like this. The prices for this online are just, it's just stupid. They're crazy. Like I said, I'm not even going to list it because they're just, you're talking $200-$300. But this is a very masculine scent as well. This is not for younger guys, okay? And you definitely have to rock this with confidence. And I will say that this is probably one of my first fragrances that I actually went for that has a prominent note of leather. If you actually follow my channel, I really don't rock too much leather, to be honest with you, base fragrances. But this is one I could not resist. 10 out of 10, Vulgari, here we go here, Black. It's luxurious, man. Luxurious. Sad. Whew, I love this stuff. Look at that atomizer. Man. Defendi, Pour Homme, Assoluto. Okay, pink pepper, Guatemalan cardamom, agarwood, patchouli, vetiver sage, apopanax, tonka bean, and citruses. Man. Okay. This is masculine, rugged, smoky, woody. Man, this is earthy, it is dark, and it is mature. Okay, this isn't for the younger generation right here. This is bringing out all the aunties, okay? And I promise you it is, okay? Tus tías son preciosas, all right? This is underrated and super sexy. I love this fragrance. I will say that out of this list, that this is one that you can find that will probably be one of the cheapest to basically purchase, okay? I still think it's a little bit more than what you should be paying for it, but, you know, you're not paying like niche prices per se for this fragrance. This was actually a projection monster too, as far as, you know, maybe the first 2-3 hours, it then became a skin scent. So you couldn't overspray initially, but you could just reapply, but it wasn't super expensive when it was basically on the market anyways. But I'm going to tell you right now, again, this is a compliment monster. Okay, and that's the only reason I'm even bringing up. If you wanted to purchase one, and if you like leather, this might be the one for you to go and get, because I promise you, the compliments I had on it, I ain't had so many aunties on me in my life. Defendi, Pour Homme, Assoluto. Absolutely adore this one. The original in this line, I appreciated, but I didn't necessarily love. But I smelt this flanker, bought it immediately, and then I was actually on vacation. When I came back home, I ordered a big bottle of it, because I didn't even know that you could buy a bigger bottle of it. And this is that backup bottle. The first bottle I have is gone, and I'm talking about Spice Bomb Fresh. Okay, pink pepper, grapefruit, sea salt, lavender, elemi, tobacco, moss, and amber. Okay. The reason I preferred this one over the OG was that I felt like the OG wasn't able to be worn maybe year round, and or in like the summer or the high heat. I'm in the South, so it gets a little bit humid here. We've been having 80-degree days since, you know, February, and I feel like this little citrus, whatever's going on in here, it cuts through that heat with something that's like sharp and zingy. This is really Spice Bomb for warm weather. Okay, let's just say that. I actually, to be honest, I love Spice Bomb Extreme, but you can't wear it all year, right? Again, especially where I'm at. So this just tends to be the one that I can reach for the most. And this, to me, has been a compliment monster. I actually haven't seen too many people really even like this fragrance. I'm going to be honest with you. When I look at the reviews, people don't really like this. So out of all the ones I've actually talked about today, they're kind of like highly touted. But this one, I feel like just doesn't get the review that I feel like it should. But to me, I love it. Spice Bomb Fresh. It's the definition of a flanker to me. So as you can see, I actually don't have a bottle of this last fragrance I wanted to discuss, right? But I'm going to put a picture on the screen, and I'll let you know exactly what it is. You already see it. Givenchy Play Intense, okay? No breakdown. It's mandarin orange, bergamot, coffee, pink pepper, Amiri's, tonka bean, patchouli, and vetiver. Ooh boy, this one right here takes me back to the mid to early 2000s. This was a compliment monster. I was deeply saddened when they discontinued this. And when you see this one online for discounters now, I mean, well, I'm sorry, not discounters, on eBay or something like that, I mean, it's stupid. $200-300. Don't even think about it. I wouldn't pay it. It's not niche quality, but it's super, super unique, okay? This fragrance is like this citrusy, tonka, marshmallowy, coffee, sexy, just date night, going out, night out, killer fragrance. There was nothing in my collection that smelled close to this. Again, I haven't smelled everything on the market. I don't know if there's any type of a clone that was ever, you know, put out that was similar to this, but at the time and from what I know of, there was nothing that smelled like this on my list. To me, this was and probably one of my first mass appeal, consistently getting me compliments, and also a deal closer. I would not recommend purchasing this fragrance for the current price that it is out there right now, but I had to give this fragrance its props. Givenchy, Press Play Intense. It was endorsed by your boy Justin Timberlake. I remember that's when he was having his little run out there. This was one that definitely gone, but absolutely not forgotten. Yeah, this was nostalgic for your boy, right? I had to give my flowers to some of these fragrances. So hope y'all got something out of this. If you saw any benefit in any of this content today, please do consider liking and subscribing. And I will see y'all in the next video.